Welcome back. I'm Lynda Kinkade. The number of wild cheetahs has fallen to less than 7,000. My next guest is racing to save them. Laurie is a zoologist and wildlife researcher who founded the Cheetah Conservation Fund after falling in love with a cub born in captivity. She moved permanently to Namibia, where she opened a centre complete with a vet clinic and genetics lab and much more. And she's since expanded operations, opening a second centre in Somaliland and reintroducing cheetahs to India, where they had been extinct for some 70 years. Her goal is helping cheetahs and humans thrive. Well, our Laurie joins us now. Good to have you on the program.
Hi, great to be here. Thank you.
So the cheetah is the fastest animal, land animal, but it is rapidly racing towards extinction. Just explain why.
Well, their big issues are a lot of loss of habitat, like many of our animals, but also most of the cheetahs are found outside of protected areas. They've got huge home ranges, and that puts them in conflict with livestock and farmers. So a lot of our programs really trying to work together with the livestock ranchers so we can find harmony together. And there's also problems with the illegal wildlife pet trade, which is the other big problem facing them.
Right. And Laurie, I understand you were going to be a winemaker in Oregon, but those plans were derailed when you came across this cub that was rescued, a cheetah cub in captivity. Just describe for us that moment and how it changed the path of your life.
Well, that was an awful long time ago, so now 50 years ago, but I was a winemaker and then moved to wildlife because nobody knew anything about cheetahs. And we had a wildlife park that had just opened, the Wildlife Safari in Oregon. And we were one of the few places in the world breeding cheetahs. And ended up taking this cheetah, Kayam, and teaching her how to hunt. And that really started a lot of our work in trying to find out how humans can live in harmony with predators. And moved to Namibia 35 years ago to set up our research center. Here we are working on one of the cheetahs. We put collars on them, and we've really told the world how cheetahs live and how we can live in harmony with them. And that's really the big problem, is that people are afraid of them, so they are predators, and how we can be a part of the system where a large predator lives. And cheetahs are not a dangerous animal. They're very fast. They're a very important hunter to the ecosystem. And with that, a predator's role in the ecosystem is a very important part of maintaining biodiversity. Most of the places where cheetahs live are some of the most arid landscapes in Africa. And so we're working very closely also working on combating climate change and working on good livestock management and livelihood development.
And so, Laurie, as you mentioned, you've now been working in conservation for over 5 decades. You're on this 15-city tour to raise awareness about the plight of the cheetah. So why should people care?
Well, I think that they should care for a few reasons. Number one, the cheetah is the most beautiful of all the 42 species of cats, but it's also the fastest land animal. And what do you do when you lose the fastest land animal? Well, that is not good, because there is nothing like the cheetah. Beyond that, the cheetah does play an important role in the ecosystem. They maintain biodiversity. Where you've got a top predator like the cheetah, you have much more other species as well in the biodiversity, so they're good for the ecosystem. And then by having cheetahs on the land and having other wildlife, we can then look at livelihood development and ecotourism, which is so important in Africa. We work very closely with conservancies or community-based programs where the communities live in harmony with wildlife. And that's what we're doing in Somaliland now too, is taking programs that we've developed in Namibia, like national parks or conservancy initiatives, and helping develop a place for the cheetah to live there. But we're also working in the other 20 countries, like India, where we put cheetahs back there a couple years ago. And just an exciting thing is, just a couple days ago, we had a litter of 5 cubs born in Kuno National Park.
Wow, that's excellent news. So just overall, big picture, you've been in this for 5 decades. How has the population of the cheetah changed over that period of time, and what are your hopes for the next few decades?
Well, we've seen it probably half the populations, and our programs, we've tried to really scale them up from Namibia throughout the cheetah's range, but making awareness for people to realize that this is a species that needs help. And I really encourage people to go to our website, cheetah.org, and learn more about how they can join in the work that we're doing. We've got programs throughout the United States, programs around the world, as well as our programs in Africa to try to help work with people to allow this animal to live for future generations. I see a scale up of our successes that we've had in Namibia, and I see community groups working to save cheetahs. So we're developing programs like our livestock guarding dog programs where the dogs protect the livestock. And with that, then the farmers don't have to kill predators, cheetahs or other predators like this dog here. It's a Turkish breed of dog. We've been using this breed of dog for over 30 years in Namibia, and we see between 80 to 100% decrease of livestock loss by having an Anatolian Shepherd or a Kangal dog, a Turkish dog. And so we're sharing this kind of a program with people who are working with predators or living with predators around the world. So many of these programs we've developed, Future Farmers of Africa, we're teaching people to live on the land, having good livestock practices, land management practices, and wildlife management practices, and then a predator can actually be a part of that. And then again, I want to say that ecotourism is a very important part of this. So we welcome people over to Namibia. We welcome you to visit it at our center. We're outside of a town called Otjiwarongo. So do look us up and come and visit, and come to Africa and learn how you can work together with communities and save our iconic wildlife for future generations.
Excellent. Sounds like a great opportunity for anyone looking for their next trip. Laurie Marker, Executive Director for the Cheetah Conservation Fund. Thanks so much and all the best with your work.
Thank you very much.